Liverpool Fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool Fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki Man Si. We now have a boss in Arne Slot who absolutely destroys the media and pundits with the cold hard truth. He's not afraid to say the things that hurts. In fact, he says things that many other coaches wouldn't dare say. It's almost taboo, but he says it in such an eloquent way that he elicits a positive response and reaction. They are almost speechless. So many managers are asked similar questions and they waffle through the interviews. They try to deflect, whereas Arne Slot ponders, thinks, and eloquently gives a prompt, precise, and succinct answer to all of the questions in a way that the media are flabbergasted. For example, when the media keep approaching him about the extension of contracts of Trent Alexander-Arnold and Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah, he says, I'm going to give you the same answer. It's the same answer as before. I can't tell you. We keep that indoors. When we have something to announce, we will let you guys know. And only at that time will you guys know. You can keep asking and I'll keep giving you the same response. And then the media are like, gong. And then he says, when talked about the start, the positive start, he's like, yes, but we've beaten teams who are expected to be in the bottom four. Am I allowed to say that? They're meant to be in the bottom four? No one else says that, but he says it straight up. But this team isn't expected to finish in the top four. Is that right? He just says it out loud. He says exactly the truth that other people are afraid to say. He even on occasion said, it would help if we weren't so shit. And then he pulled it back. Apologies in the media. But yeah, that's a quote directly from Arne Slot. And it could be a Dutch thing. It could be an Arne Slot thing. It could be a gift that he was gifted with since birth. But he's monotonal, right? And his sarcasm and his cheekiness isn't really acknowledged as much as when he really does poke the media. Like when the media were like, you didn't dominate the possession. You didn't dominate that game. What would you do to change it? And he's like, really? Were you there at the stadium? You were there at the stadium and you'd say that wasn't domination? And he throws it right back in the pundits and the media's faces and waits for a response. I love the man. I love the man. My goodness. He was made for Liverpool. No wonder Feyenoord fans absolutely loved him with a passion, right? He speaks so precisely. His mind is going a million miles a second. He's tactically aware. He considers his answers. He thinks ahead of time, gives a proper response, something that cannot be argued down because he speaks cold, hard truth and facts, and he's honest. He's so deadly honest. He says, but they defend with a 9 and a 10, so we wanted to drag them out of position here, bring them out wider. We knew the space would be in behind their fullbacks, for example. We wanted to move them out of position. The only game that I wasn't completely happy with was against Chelsea because we turned over possession too much. It wasn't our intention to give them too much possession, but we knew we could hurt them on the transition, on the counter, in and half spaces when they did push forward to try to get a goal back. He is brutally honest. Now, a lot of people are like, what? Don't reveal our plans, boss. Don't reveal our tactics, our strategy. But look, every analytical department of big clubs have sports scientists who can understand all of these metrics anyway. They've got data analysts. They can crunch the data. They'll find out anyway. Slot says it like it is because he backs his tactical acumen and his flexibility. The ability of a coach to make the players play in a way against a particular opposition to get the result. He is results-based. And this is why I feel supremely confident that we would have challenged for the Premier League from the start. You get the feeling that we will win a lot of games by the odd goal. The defensive unit, everyone gets back into shape. They're solid and they've got defensive attributes. They're really good defensively. You get the feeling that one goal is almost enough in any given game. And my goodness, even if the opposition get chances, they're not converting them. And that's not by chance. It happens again and again and again. Arne Slot has figured out the way to make Liverpool play as a results grinding machine. And one of the ways he could have potentially done this is to be honest with the players. He might have told Trent, defensively, let's work on that together. Stay in position. Do not move out of the zone of influence as a right back. Make sure you track your man like Jadon Sancho, Pedro Neto, for example. Put your body on the line. Give him some defensive tips as well as when to transition and use his offensive capabilities as well. We know he's in the same wavelength and on sync with some of the players like Darwin Núñez, giving it some of that and then going to Slot, giving it some of that as well. You know, that was an excellent transition. They edited that in smoothly in real time in real world live football. Miracle. Can't believe they captured it like that. He also is not afraid to take jibes and almost bully some of the opposition like Man United. He's like, Man United aren't in the bottom half of the table. They're not right at the top. But they expected to finish top half somewhere, right? So Oh, I love the man. What can you say? He's just so shiny. He's so shiny. He's a up the shiny one. No, literally, he's got those poses. He's a joker. He memes. He has a chuckle and a laugh to himself. He's hilarious. He throws awful questions back at the media in those press conferences. He's really, really good. Like one journalist mentioned a really long-winded, clickbaity answer trying to wind him up, and he said, "Sorry, you used a lot of difficult English words. Please repeat that. Say it again, slowlier and easier." What can you say? He's a breath of fresh air. He really, really is. Jurgen Klopp was phenomenal, epic, and really was the Shankly. And if he's the Shankly, then Arne Slot is the Paisley. Winning the Premier League in the first season? Why not Champions League in the first season like Benitez? I'd love that too. I really think Arne Slot is going to win the Premier League and the Champions League. If not this season, then in the coming seasons. He's just got so much about him. Tactically, he's a level partner than Erik ten Hag. In a battle of the bold, we've struck gold. I've said that many, many times. This is a channel with substance in abundance. This is tactical treasures without measure. Thank you very much, Kim, for that one as well. And if you look at the tactics, 4-2-3-1 that transitions into a 4-3-3 that can go into a 4-1-4-1 or 4-4-1-1 when the need arises. McAllister playing in between the lines is very, very effective. Dominic Szoboszlai, a high pressing 10. Now, people have been dismissive of Szoboszlai on the ball, and sure, he has been a bit scrappy, hasn't been technically proficient on the ball, isn't the best on the ball, to be honest, which is surprising, right, considering what we knew about him before he came. Keep in mind, he's 23. He's 23, right? Is he 23? I think he's 23. Not much older than Curtis Jones. 1 or 2 years older than Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones is a player already made for the here and now, as long as he can get rid of his niggling injuries. He's a baller. He's a technician. But Szoboszlai leads the press. Diogo Jota and Szoboszlai lead the press, followed by Lucho Diaz and Mo Salah. And it's very, very telling that Szoboszlai is pressing from start to finish. His intense sprints to try to close down the opposition are worth their weight in gold in Arne Slot's system, because it allows the rest of the team to maneuver and shape and hold position where he's the one that initiates the press, and then you follow him in your frees as well. I think he's a great, great systems player, Dominic Szoboszlai. And then you have technicians like Gravenberch on the base of midfield. He's the one who has got the most out of Ryan Gravenberch, giving him an opportunity to shine. And I did mention, I said to everyone in the summer, it could be a blessing in disguise not signing a 6, right? Because people wanted a ready-made 6, a wonder kid 6, a high-profile 6 in place of Wataru Endo. Endo is a great squad player, as is Tyler Morton. We have other players who can operate deep, like Alexis McAllister. 6 was not important. It's around the profile and attributes, and Slot identified that Zubimendi would have added something different, not because he was a defensive midfielder, because of the player that Zubimendi is. Obviously, he's quality, but look, he would be behind a pecking order by Gravenberch right now, because Gravenberch is the informed 6 on merit. Now, there's a few things Gravenberch still needs to work on slightly, and the team need to facilitate Gravenberch when he vacates his position to cover him in and behind. And Arne Slot admits in his interviews as well, Gravenberch isn't the finished article. He's learning as we go along, but my goodness, is he learning at an accelerated pace as well. And he's helped by the fact that him, Szoboszlai, McAllister and Endo came in the same window, create that bond, create that brotherhood, create that chemistry, know how each other play, right? He's had a full preseason now, and that's something that Federico Chiesa hasn't had the luxury of having a preseason since Juventus barred him from first team training and the matches. And Arne Slot was brutally honest there as well. He said, unfortunately for Chiesa, it's not about the speed of the Premier League against Serie A, and he's played Serie A opposition, right? So he already knows AC Milan, for example, turning them over. A preseason is super important, so Chiesa has to get to the levels of the current squad. Otherwise, he'll break down in a match, or he won't be able to consistently train, and he's in and out of the team and in training at the moment. So you have to build him up right, because he's here with a long-term contract. He's got the innate talent, the desire, the firepower as well, and we will need a Federico Chiesa to be firing as well. But Arne Slot correctly mentioned it's going to take time to get him up to speed, and then we'll see what he can contribute for the season. He's not raising expectations. He's not giving you some kind of lousy excuse. He's not hiding the fact that he knew that Chiesa would come in and need this time as well, that he's had setbacks. He's got fitness issues as well. He's got that injury track record after the ACL. In fact, he played a lot of games after the ACL injury, but there's niggling muscle injuries on the recovery road as well. Arne Slot is a pure breath of fresh air, a tactician, a wise man, an intelligent man. He has charisma. He's a man that you want to follow into battle, like Art of War, like Sun Tzu's book, The Art of War. It's a very good read, by the way. You can't always attack the opposition to result in a goal. Sometimes you have to draw the opposition out of place, disrupt their shape. Do you remember Robertson running across our backline and laterally behind our defence? Lots of mini ploys within a match to change the narrative of the match. Arne Slot said it correctly himself. You can't always dominate the match and control the match, because at high level football, opportunities for the opposition will occur. They will have their moments. A match ebbs and flows like a wave. There are peaks and there are troughs, but on those troughs you have to manage them. That's where you rely on Virgil van Dijk, Ibu Konate, where you rely on Queeve Kelleher, all of your defence and all of your team defending together to withstand the brunt of their attack, to counter-attack them, to hit them where it hurts, maximise the impact on the transition. And Arne Slot in the transition is very, very interesting. People have come up with these awful adjectives, boring, right, or controlled, or slow, or mechanical. Fantastic, because a controlled, slow, mechanical, unorthodox approach befuddles opposition. They only know what Arne Slot has lined up with currently. They don't know what his plan B is, plan C, how the substitutes affect the game. They can only see the footage that exists already from the current games, and that gives us a huge advantage compared to the likes of Arsenal, Man City, who are well versed and well studied in what they do season after season, the Arteta ball, the Guardiola ball, right? And as you can see, this Premier League is opening up Arsenal with many, many injuries and a slight lack of firepower. And they're very reliant on Bukayo Saka as well, right? Odegaard and Bukayo Saka to make something happen. Martinelli is a 1 in 3, 1 in 4, kind of player, and Kai Havertz isn't the most consistent firepower either. Gabriel Jesus won't consistently find the net. I can't believe he was Brazil's leading striker for a long, long time. And Manchester City, without Haaland and without Kevin De Bruyne, the two superstars are a different beast. Without the service, right, from De Bruyne and from Rodri from the deep positions, Haaland isn't the exact same player. Foden isn't a creative genius. He's a great player in the right system, but if the system's not completely fine-tuned like you see of England, he's a spurts player, moments kind of player. Jack Grealish as well isn't completely suited to that ball, so he's relying on flying wingers in Savinho and Doku to penetrate the back line and try to give Haaland some service as well. Bernardo Silva is a talented player, but floats in between the lines, and Kovacic is no Rodri, for example. Neither is Matthias Nunes. So the opportunity is there for Arne Slot to really, really go hard in the two competitions that mean the most, the Premier League and the Champions League. And I did tell you in the last video, right, I'm sure English fans in particular value the Premier League, and international fans maybe the luxury of the Champions League. But I think both of them are equally as important. We have the squad to attempt a proper effort at both of these, as well as the second string, the rotational players who can come in with your Wataru Endo, for example, with your Cody Gakpo, with your Costa Tsimikas, Queeve Kelleher, Jarrell Quansah, Joe Gomez, Connor Bradley. There's so much talent in the squad to go for the FA Cup and the League Cup as well. We don't have to rely on the youngsters of old or those absolutely lower tier players like Paul Konchesky that just, didn't really deserve a place at Liverpool to begin with. So the slot machine is functioning like a well-oiled machine, a cliche as it may sound. He speaks truth bombs the whole way. He's not afraid to dictate from the sideline, voice his opinion, tell the media exactly what's on his mind, what is planned, how he intends to do something, how the opposition can be dismantled. He'll say it up front, and opposition are struggling to stop him. The pundits are struggling to criticize him. The media and the journalists are struggling to untangle his words and get the answers they need for those tabloids, right? Fun times at Liverpool. We're being led by a real man of class and caliber, and yeah, I'm so happy. I am so honoured to see this Liverpool under Arne Slot's era. This is a channel of Substance and Abundance. Smash the like. Let me know if you are enjoying Arne Slot's reign so far. I said from the very beginning, I think we'll win the Premier League. I said it right at the start of the season. When Arne Slot came in, I said he was the most fitting manager in world football, above Xabi Alonso and above Ruben Amorim, to take over from this existing Klopp squad. Now, I think Xabi Alonso would have done amazing. I think Amorim would have done less so. But I thought Arne Slot was top of the pops, the best of the lot. And hopefully it'll be proved right, because he is the shiny one. Thank you so much, all the subscribers who are watching my content, liking the content, interacting. I love chatting with you. There's a beautiful chat along in the Discord. Links in the QR code and a link in the description as well. I love to wake up in the morning because yesterday's match was at 4 a.m, a little bit too late for me. Toilet break, I checked on the score. We were 1-0 up at the time. I saw the Discord. Everyone was chatting away there. Guys, it's the best community by far. Everyone's so lovely and knowledgeable, and I love interacting with you guys. Remember, the competition is still up as well for all the free shirts. Make sure you share any video you like from the Liverpool Fan Japan channel to be eligible for the 2 Japan tops that will be going this Saturday. I will do a live stream this Saturday, by the way, in lieu of the match watch along, because it's a late one for me, 1:30 kickoff. Probably a bit too late on a Sunday. We'll see. I might change my mind, but we will see. It takes a toll on your body after a while, right? So thank you everyone for the kind messages. As always, subscribe if you haven't already. It'd be lovely to hit 8,000 subscribers, even 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Supporting this channel through membership is the best way to support this channel. It really, really helps. It makes everything worthwhile. More exclusive member content coming up very, very soon. Thank you so much as always. Now the kids arrived from Mercury, Japan. It's wrapped in a Saks bar. I don't know what Saks bar is. It's like a bar type of stuff. But let's open this up and see what we got. White and Adidas. Don't recognize this. This could be a good one. This could be a good one. Adidas, Liverpool Football Club. It looks like a trackie top. Admittedly, I don't recognize this design at all. So with that in mind, I don't actually know how much it costs, because I don't remember buying this. But I must have bought it because it's arrived. Ooh, very silky. It's very silky, you know. Canadian. Like the Canadian Maple Leafs, but no, it's Liverpool. Liverpool Football Club, Adidas. Very nice indeed. Okay. Anyone who knows what this is this one of those kind of social tops? Is it a Curtis Jones or a Gakpo wearing this with their bromance? But whitey, me likey. Very nice. Nice. Winter's coming. Okay. I rate this. This is silky and comfortable. Kimochi. Kimochi means comfortable. Thank you guys. Domo arigato. Miyazaki Man Ichiban. Until next time. Jane. Peace. Jane means ciao.
Liverpool fan in Japan.